She's lived recklessly for a decade now. She's in church looking for a provider. Is it real redemption or just a scam? The modern marriage trap is set, and most men don't even see it coming. I reveal how the church has become a sanctuary for women with high body counts looking for an easy reset. This is where dating advice for men becomes crucial. How do you spot a female redemption scam before it's too late? Welcome to the Hallowed Halls of Magic's Monologue. I'm Magic, your curator of personal growth and the sage keeper of the keys to today's tome of wisdom and knowledge. Today's video: Redemption, Grift, and the Marriage Trap Exposed. How the church betrays good men. But before embarking on an expedition to knowledge and many people's abysmal life choices, I thank you for the thumbs up you've given me, the subscribe, and the smacking of the bell to be instantly notified of new videos. Let's begin the journey. This is one of the most important videos I've done so far. Therefore, I will ask you to view it, then share it with any of your single Christian male friends or to anyone whose marriage are in trouble, and hopefully it will help him in the small way. Let's talk about my opinion on how the church, by its doctrine, sets you up to be a simp. Not just a regular one, but the ultimate grade A provider for women who have spent the last decade or more treating their bodies like it is Topless Tuesday at the local amusement park, only to find God when the consequences of their choices come a-knocking. The church has become the perfect reset button for these women, a place where men with resources get guilt-tripped into believing that it's their duty to pick up the broken pieces of a woman's past, all the while receiving next to nothing in return. The church's doctrine makes men easy prey. Christianity teaches that men should be leaders, but it also preaches unconditional love, forgiveness, turning the other cheek. Sounds noble, right? But in today's world, it's a recipe for disaster. Women are solipsistic by nature. They prioritize their needs above all else. And when you combine that with a modern culture that tells females to live their best life until they hit the panic button at 30, you get a system that actively enables women to exploit religious men. Let's be real. How many times have we seen women show up to church in their late 20s or early 30s, suddenly looking for a good, stable, church-going man? Where were they at 22? Oh, that's right, chasing the exciting 10% of the male population, the alphas who wouldn't give them the time of day or commitment beyond Friday night. But once those guys disappear, they suddenly feel led by the Lord to seek a husband. These women know exactly what they're doing. They want a man with stability, financial resources, and a sense of duty, someone they can guilt into believing that her past doesn't matter because God forgives. The church plays right into it, pressuring men to accept these women without question, branding everyone who expresses skepticism as unforgiving or judgmental. Nala Ray and the redemption grift. This brings us to Nala Ray, a former OnlyFans model who made millions selling her body online. Recently, she's been making headlines claiming she has repented and found God. Yet, people have accused her of still having an online presence, meaning she might just be playing both sides of the fence, cashing in while she can, while also setting herself up for a cushy religious redemption arc. This isn't new. How many times have we seen sex workers publicly announce their repentance, only to end up right back in the industry once the religious donations or attention runs dry? Mia Khalifa, for example, has tried multiple times to reinvent herself as a respectable commentator, only to pivot back to capitalizing on her past work whenever it suits her. Lana Rhoades, another infamous name, constantly talks about regret while still profiting off her old content. It's a pattern. Claim repentance, get sympathy, cash in, and then go right back to what they were doing once the religious phase dries up. And who takes them seriously every single time? The church, and more specifically, the men in it. The 30-year-old panic button and the church as a marriage dumping ground. Another classic move, the 27 to 30-year-old woman who suddenly realizes that time isn't on her side. We call that hitting the wall, by the way. The hot alpha guys she's partied with in her early 20s aren't interested in settling down. Her hot girl summer years have left her with baggage, maybe a kid or 2 or 3, none from the same baby daddy, and definitely a high body count, and a burnt out ability to pair bond with a man for life. So, what's her next move? Run to the church. She finds a good, unsuspecting Christian man, one who was raised to believe that his purpose in life is to protect and provide. She plays the part of the reformed woman, showering him with just enough affection and love bombing him to lock him down. Failing that, there is nothing like a good old baby trapping instead. And the church, being what it is, celebrates her transformation while ignoring the glaring reality. She wouldn't have looked twice at this man 5 to 10 years ago. Fast forward 5 to 7 years, and suddenly she's unhappy. She's bored. That stable, loving man isn't giving her the roller coaster of emotions, aka the tingles, she secretly craves. So what's a girl to do? Why? She has an affair, or tests the waters by asking for an open marriage, knowing he's too decent or weak to leave her. When that fails, she starts threatening divorce, blaming him for her unhappiness. She lies, accuses him of being emotionally or even physically abusive, and starts planting the narrative that she's the victim. If he doesn't comply with her demands, she takes the kids and then drags him through the divorce court, using every trick in the book to milk him for everything he's got. And who does the church support? Not him. The woman, every single time. They tell him to be patient, pray for his wife, and trust God is working. Meanwhile, she's already monkey branched to her next meal ticket. Statistical reality: the odds are stacked against Christian men. Let's talk numbers. Divorce statistics don't lie, and neither do studies on hypergamy, women seeking out men with greater status and resources. According to the National Center for Family and Marriage Research, women initiate nearly 70% of divorces, and that number jumps even higher when a woman is college educated. Many of these divorces happen within 5 to 7 years, right around the time the honeymoon phase wears off and she realizes she can cash out. Dr. David Buss, a renowned evolutionary psychologist, has extensively studied hypergamy, showing that women consistently seek out men who provide security, only to later become dissatisfied when the excitement fades. This is exactly what happens in the church. A woman finds a stable provider, uses him for resources and emotional stability, and then discards him when she's ready for something new. Let's not forget single mother statistics while we're at it. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, over 40% of children today are born to unmarried mothers, and a significant portion of those mothers later turn to marriage as a financial safety net. Translation: women who have lived recklessly in their youth often see marriage and you as a bailout plan. Stop falling for the scam. Men, those of you in the Christian church, you need to wake up. What? Not my church? That'll never happen. Uh-huh. The church has been compromised. It no longer functions as a place of wisdom, but as a rehabilitation center for women who don't deserve the man, that would be you, it produces. You are being trained to be a cleanup crew cuck for the consequences of female hypergamy and stupid life choices. You are being told to ignore red flags, to accept a woman's past without question, and to believe that God has changed her without any objective proof. And when it all goes wrong, you'll get all the blame. If you're in the church, take a hard look at who is telling you to marry. Vet women like your life depends on it, because financially, emotionally, and legally, it does. Stop letting religious guilt blind you to reality. Not every woman who walks through those church doors deserves redemption in the form of your commitment. Let me say that again. Not every woman who walks through those church doors deserves redemption in the form of your commitment. Some of them are just looking for a man they can bleed dry before moving on to the next chapter of their lives. Don't be that guy. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and most of all, stay away from women who find God conveniently after their options have run out. In the comments section below, let's begin a discussion. Give me your thoughts, share your experiences, or tell me I'm going to go to hell for this. If you found value in this video, then help a brother out by doing 3 things. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with at least 3 friends who need to learn from this channel. Confession is good for the soul and this channel. Send me your personal relationship stories to share, or if you see an article online you think I should cover, send the link to stories@magicsmonologue.com. If you have a moment, subscribe to my Locals, Rumble, X, Getter, or Gab for future politically incorrect content which this platform, being YouTube, may not appreciate. Through this, you're leading by example, encouraging other men to rise higher, and ensuring you live a life of passion, purpose, and prosperity. If you're on YouTube and you want another video like this one, then click here to watch Mia Khalifa, A Warning to Men, the Red Pill Truth About Dating Patterns. Otherwise, if you can't wait for my next new video, then click on one of these right now and watch another. Know the risks, play the game wisely, and I'll see you in the winner's circle.